Hello everyone, this is Direwolf20, and welcome to episode 17 of Direwolf20's FTB Retro Series. I think I've come up with a conclusion on what I'm going to do next, and that is the quest that I was just looking at, which is the rings. Not quite sure what I'm going to get out of it, but it seems like the most straightforward thing to get. Let's go over here and check out how things are going as a recap from last episode. So last episode, we did pretty good. We do have a few-ish, so you're definitely not super behaving, are you? You're not behaving as much as I would have liked you to. But we're getting lots of diamonds. There is a little bit of spillage. That might have been just from the world loading, so we're going to keep an eye on this. Yeah, or maybe not, because I just got more. I can solve this. Isn't there like a black hole band on a pedestal or something like that that I can do with equivalent exchange to pick up items that fall on the ground? So I can totally solve it. This doesn't seem to be helping as much as I would have hoped it would. You know why? Are you back still? Is that why? I don't know. Maybe. But long story short, I mean, it's working. We're getting lots of diamonds. Look, we almost have like a little more than 3 stacks of diamonds. That's pretty awesome. This thing's doing its job, right? This thing's doing its job. It was mostly just like a, let's see if I can do it with logistics pipes kind of fun project. And it did actually work out pretty well, so I'm pleased. Obviously, this thing's going and producing a decent amount of diamonds. So like, I think this thing was running for a long time while I was working on this thing, and this thing's already overtaken it. So I actually almost think that what I should do is instead of focusing diamonds, I should focus dark matter. How cool of an idea would that be? And then we can just start getting loads of dark matter. This thing, by the way, what's up? Mark III relay? Yeah, it's doing a good job. Quite pleased. Now I forget, can the energy condenser... I'm curious, do I have enough for a condenser? I do. Can I just pop this dude right here and like energy condensed diamonds or something? I forget if he can take from the adjacent relay or not. Yeah, he can. Look at that. Boom. But he's a full block size, so I can't still access it. Energy condenser, why don't you have a smaller thing? You're terrible. You're killing me, buddy. I can't directly access. But at least I know that there's a way to do what I'm looking at right now. That's actually pretty quick, how quickly that makes diamonds. I wish kind of that there was a way to access the relay while the condenser's there, but it's good at least to know that that's an option. So what if I came over here and said, dude, look at that. Dark matter for days. That is awesome. And seeing as to how you need a decent amount of dark matter. Look at this, I have 14 dark matter. That's crazy. I'm almost going to have another one. The Blaze Farm is definitely OP. But that's what this map is about. It's about manipulating EMC income as best as humanly possible. And that's what we're doing. So... trust me when I say it's not cheating by far. It's what the map is built to be. Like, how much can I abuse and exploit EMC production? Totally all about it in this map. So yeah, that's where we're at. So, by the way, speaking of things that I wouldn't mind having... yeah, I didn't mean to go fuel there. We'll get a stack of apples. So we're going to look at making power rings. And there's a lot of them that are all very cool. So I guess the first one I want to make, and I'm probably going to want to make a couple of these, like more than one to keep and one to use. So first off, we're going to want, I think most of these require an iron band. So I'm going to need like 8 of these. And maybe now's not a bad time to make a vulcanite amulet. So what if we were to get some buckets of lava? I think just doing that gave me buckets, right? 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Boom. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And that's where we're at. Vulcanite amulet. Nice. This thing makes lava out of EMC. like directly. It's awesome. So meanwhile, I'm gonna clean up some of an inventory that I've got. Probably don't need my wrench at the moment. Probably don't need logistics pipes at the moment. Just clean up my inventory, don't mind me. That should be cool. So, trying to remember like all the features, because there's like 5 things that each of these tools can do. So the Vulcanite Amulet, as I recall, I think I can hit R? Yeah, I can. Create a lava source block in the world. I think I can right click to create a lava source block in the world. I think I can charge it up to create like a lot of lava in the world. So this can be used for some pretty cool stuff, by the way. Wonder if I have a Klein Star and a Vulcanite Amulet inside a deployer, if that works. I remember it might work. Block breaker, filter. I need the deployer. Hey, you deployer. Can you deploy for me? Redstone, piston, chest. Shouldn't be a problem. Piston. Chest. And redstone. Redstone, piston, chest, and cobble. So if I popped this dude here, and 1, 2, 3, so that it doesn't go crazy. And we're also going to want the lever, which I always forget to hang on to many levers. Usually I'm like, hey, I should keep these levers, and then I'm just like, oh, EMC. Because I'm a derp. I think it's just 5. Nice. Not bad. So that's infinite lava production, which could be pretty useful for geothermal generators, which part of me wants to make right now. I'm getting distracted. That's what's happening, is I'm getting distracted. Getting distracted by all the potential possibilities of what I can do with this Vulcanite Amulet I just made. The reason I made it, of course, was to get a stack of iron and turn that stack of iron into iron bands. Or iron furnaces by mistake, because that's what I just did. Yeah, it's all good. I'll hang on to you, because I might turn you into generators at some point. But let's make this into a black hole band. So I think I just need some string, right? Black hole band, yeah, some string, and we should be cool. So we'll do focus that. So we'll do, you know, I'm just gonna grab a bunch of strings so that I have it. What I should do is just keep a hold of some resources, and I should still make a logistics pipe system, but we'll get there. And what was it, just string on the top and bottom? I kind of wouldn't mind having one of these just to hang on to, but I'm also currently working towards getting what I need to get from my quest objectives. So the black hole band is nice. Items on the ground, it's a magnet ring. Ta-da! Neat. Speaking of, oh boy. So, yeah. Definitely spilling a few blaze powders now and again. I should figure out a way to solve that problem. There's probably a way. Let me think for a minute. So what if I said passive supplier module and specified to only keep half a stack of these in here at any given time, right? So if I did this and I took this out, item sync, and I put the passive supplier in, and we said 32, would that mean that you'll only keep 32 in there and no more? And that should solve my problem. I'm gonna say Yes, that very quickly solved my problem. Good job, Direwolf. That's what I'm going to say. 9 more dark matter. In the time that I made the black hole band and played around with Vulcanite Amulet, which was how long? I don't even know. Like 5 minutes maybe? I got like 9 more dark. That's insane. Dude. Why are you still spilling items? You shouldn't be spilling items anymore. You should be all cleaned up now. They might have just been there from before. Also, I shouldn't need you anymore. So that's cool. So let's do what we usually do, which is keep the quest objectives in here. And then we're going to look at the next item that I need to make, which is Swift Wolves, which I already have one of, but I'm going to make another one. So that's some feathers and some black hole band. What are feathers? EMC-wise? 48. Oh my goodness. Cool. Feathers. Swift. So close. Cool. So that's 2. Next one I need is the Ring of Arcana, which is pretty much one of each of the rings. So there's the Harvest Goddess Band, the Void Ring, right? Ring of Ignition, Swift Wolf, Harvest Goddess, Zero Ring, Void Ring, Iron Band, Ring of Ignition, Zero Ring. So, yeah, I need pretty much 2 of these and a bunch of red matter. It's going to be expensive, but that's what's up. So let's look at the Harvest Goddess Band. So that is just saplings, flowers, and dark matter. That's not terrible. Let's get another stack of iron here. And maybe this time I can do right by my decision to make a bunch of stuff. So if we did you, I was hoping that you would behave a little bit better. Do these stack? They do. And you won't shift click, will you? Well, I mean you will, but you won't do multiples. So I think 8's good for now. It's just iron, so I'll make it an even 10. Because I know I need a lot of rings. Cool. So we need the Harvest Goddess. So we're going to need... Let's make sure we know what we need 2 of. So I need 2 Swift Wolves, if I'm being fair. So let's get another one of those. Okay. And this is going to go towards the Ring of Arcana, which I need 2 Harvest Goddesses as well. So let's get some saplings, some flowers. So 8 saplings, and we're going to want 2 flowers. If they happen to be sent over here, cool. If not, I'll EMC them up. Yeah, I'm probably not going to catch those. I like having unlimited cobble just sitting over there ready for me. There we go. Cool. So you... I was so close. Nice. So that's 2 Harvest Goddess bands, which, by the way, work like bone meal, as I recall, if I remember correctly. And you can hit G, I think, to activate them, to kind of make them grow things a lot faster. Oh yeah, no, G actually just auto harvests. Neat. Okay. I think just having it on your hotbar and being near plants makes them grow faster. Something along those lines. Sweet. That's kind of cool. That combined with the black hole band, pretty fancy. Which I should totally make another of, but we probably will at some point soonish. So yeah, this should increase growth ticks, or I think I can like right click it, left click it. I don't know. There's things it can do with plants. Makes things grow faster. Pretty fancy. Alright. Done playing with the plants. So that's the Harvest Goddess Band. We'll use one of these to make the Archangel Smite. The other thing we're going to need is the Void Ring, which I don't think goes into the Archangel Smite. Now the Void Ring is Black Hole and Gem of Eternal Density. So we are going to need another Black Hole Band. So let's get a few more string. And the Gem of Eternal Density. And maybe I'll tell you guys what these things do too, once I remember. So the Gem of Eternal Density. Not a terribly hard thing to make, considering we have large amounts of diamonds and black hole band type stuff. Alright, so the Gem of Eternal Density, if I remember, will condense items in your inventory for you. So if we had you, and we had you, and we had you, do we need a Gem of Eternal Density for this quest? We do not, but we do need the Void Ring. So the Gem of Eternal Density will allow you to condense items in your inventory. So something like, see? Neat, right? And then it'll get those items back. So like it condenses items into other items, basically. And just works its way up the EMC chain. So if we had large amounts of diamonds and we hit G, see it's condensing diamonds into dark matter, and eventually it condenses dark matter into red matter. Neat, right? And then when you turn it off, it gives you back any stuff that it like couldn't condense, right? So there were a few extra diamonds and dark matter there that got left over. So that's pretty neat. And if you combine that with the black hole band, you get a Void Ring that combines those two features. So you get the Gem of Eternal Density and the Black Hole Band, and they basically make it so you can go mining in a world that had the mining option, and condense items directly into red matter and vacuum them up from nearby, which is pretty awesome. Now, we need more red matter, so let's actually condense some, haha, because I can. We'll get a stack. Look at that. Boom. Super cool, right? And then we can combine these two, Black Hole Band, Gem of Eternal Density, and 2 red matter to get the Void Ring, which has the same features. So it'll vacuum stuff up, it'll condense things into items, cool, and it also lets you teleport if you hit R, which is super neat. Just wherever you're looking, hit R, boom, you're teleported there, boom, you're teleported. Like, I know equivalent exchange is like super hacky in some ways, but neat features like this are definitely sometimes missing. Just like the fun stuff, right? In the later versions of Minecraft. Oh, teleported. Oh, teleported. I need to make another one of these rings. They are far too fun to play with. What was I doing? Something for quests. So yeah, G to turn it on and off, and R to teleport. Super fancy and cool. So that's the Void Ring. So that's cool. An Iron Band is the next item. Boom, done. Already cool. All right, Ring of Ignition. I'm pretty sure the Ring of Ignition is required for the Ring of Arcana, so we're going to want 2 of these. So it's just 4 Mobius fuel and some flint and steel. Easy peasy. So we will get some flint. We will get some iron. We'll get some Mobius fuel. We'll turn these into flint and steel. And I need 4 of these in total. Let's do that, and let's do this. There we go. And then 1, 2, 3, 4. Cool. 1 ring of ignition. Running low on dark matter, but not a problem, because I've got the power of the blaze farm. Dun dun dun! And we can do it again. So yeah, in the corners there, and then the Mobius is on top and bottom. Cool. So those are 2 rings of ignition. The next thing I need is the 0 ring. So ring of ignition, by the way, makes fire. Trying to remember what else it does. Yeah, basically it makes a lot of fire nearby and makes you immune to fire. That's what it does. Now the 0 ring kind of does the opposite. It makes snow nearby. Luckily, I think I have access to snow. Normally I would say I don't have access to snow, but I do have access to snow because I have snow. So all that's required for my access to snow is a shovel. Remember when I was complaining about having a snow biome nearby? Well, complain no more. Whoosh. Make sure you learn how to make snow for me, buddy. You don't have an EMC value, Snowball? Okay, well, snow might. Yeah, snow has an EMC of 1. Hooray! And then I can always just place that and break it with a shovel, right? To get the snowballs I need. So this is also required for the Ring of Arcana. It's also a way to get ice. That's good to know. So the Ring of Arcana, yeah, you're definitely going to be needed. So let's do 4 blocks of snow and 4 pieces of snow for this dude, right? So 2 of you in the middle. I always forget that. I always do that wrong, don't I? Alright, so that's enough to make the Ring of Arcana now. The last item I need is the Archangel's Smite. So that's going to be 4 bows and 2 feathers. That should not be a problem. 4 bows and 2 feathers. A dozen of you. And a dozen of these. Should get us bows. Cool. 1, 2, 3, 4. Wow, I was totally right on the number of iron bands I needed. That is awesome. So the Archangel Smite. Now we need to get our Harvest Goddess Band, our Swift Wolves, our Ring of Ignition, and our 0 ring, and a whole lot of red matter. Cool. This should be close to doable. How much red matter do we have at this point? We have 4 red matter. Cool. 5 red matter? Close to 5 red matter, maybe? Close-ish, at least. Yeah, we have 6. That's what's up. That's what I wanted to hear. I really only needed 5, but that's okay. Nice. Ring of Arcana. Oh, I got the rings back when I craft that? What? I got some of the rings back. That's weird. I got the 0 ring and the Harvest Goddess Band back, but I didn't get the others. That's strange, right? Isn't that strange? Some of the rings I got back, some I didn't. Alright, well then you guys can, I mean, the Harvest Goddess Band I'm not going to complain about. That's going to be useful to have. But the other ones I don't really need back, but okay. So let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Sweet. Let's burn up some EMC that I don't need at the moment. Yeah, I probably don't need a shovel anymore. And I think I've got the quest completed here. Let's make sure that you are happy. Cool. Awesome stuff. All right, the rings, I think we're over here? Totally not. Not even close. Nova Catalyst, refractory capsules, advanced machines, Bronze Age. The rings! Hooray! Ooh, oil bucket. Nice. That's gonna be useful. To the EMC machine! When did we turn into grass? How'd that even happen? How did that happen? I have no idea. Oh wait, it might have been the Harvest Goddess Band. I wonder if that does that. Learned! Oil bucket. It's a fuel type. Nice. That is cool. I actually am a little bit excited about that. That I can get all the oil buckets I want now. That's actually super neat. Super, super neat. So you're not spilling items anymore, right? Totally not spilling items anymore. Passive supplier module, thank you so much. So we've got an oil bucket. So that's another quest down. Boom. Let's come back in a minute once I decide what's next. By the way, we have like 380,000 EMCs sitting in this relay. Just wanted to mention that. So we're kind of getting near the wrapping up point, but there's something I wouldn't mind checking into real fast. I would like to make a pump. Boom, I made a pump. I would also like to make a few of these guys. Cool, I made a few of those guys. And finally, I would make a few of these guys. Cool. So that's that. Then I'm gonna take my deployer that I made earlier and my Vulcanite amulet, and I'm gonna look into pumping up lava in large copious amounts of it. I'm also thinking I would like to make geothermal generators. That's what I'm kind of thinking. So I did make a bunch of furnaces earlier by mistake. What if we just got, all right, so we got empty cells, we've got refined iron, we've got the iron furnaces. I need batteries by way of 6 of them. So I need more tin. Like a stack. Well, half a stack should do. Redstone and you. Cool. And then you and you should be generators. And then this with some empty cells, some of these, and some glass. I thought was a geothermal generator. Oh, okay. I was close. I was super close. Sweet. I need more glass. I need more glass. That should be enough for now. Now what I wouldn't mind doing is flying right into here. Throne of Knowledge. Dun 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 dun. 100 million EU. This is the quest back here to completely make a bunch of EU. And I think I'm gonna... So there's a couple ways we could go about this. But I think just hooking up like a generator here and just letting it roll would be totally a way to go about this, right? I assume 100 million EU. That's a quest. That's a quest right there. And I think we just pump it into there. So these guys, if I remember correctly, I want to say they make 20 EU per tick. Geothermals? Geothermals were pretty good back in the day. I mean, they're still pretty good, but they were definitely pretty good. What I'd also like to get is a Klein Star. Yeah, I'll get a Klein Star's Y. Why not? And we'll maybe fill it up, because we can, without any stress or headache at all. Look at that, all the Klein Starring. I want my other Klein Star to be pretty full too. That's full enough. Okay. So that, and then we want the pump, and then we want these things, and then the last bit I need, I believe, will be some golden waterproof pipe. So let's get pipe waterproofing. Hey, there's gears in here? Cool. You're going over here, buddy. And then we're going to want some gold. 6 of them should be good. Cool. Man, that was like totally by mistake too, that was so well executed. So if we just set up the following. So we're gonna basically want, if I can sneak this into this room, that would be cool. Just trying to think of how I want it laid out. So I think I figured it out, a way that I'll be happy with the layout. I forget, am I not allowed to break things in here? Dire cheats. Dire totally cheats. Don't tell Slowpoke, he'll complain. And he'll cry and be like, Dire. Good, so you go there. You will Vulcanite Amulet your thing up. We're gonna have a pump here. So you, followed by you. So that when you receive a redstone signal, and we're gonna do a timer here, obviously. Cool. You can go there. We'll put these guys here. Hopefully this will be enough, right, to get that thing going. And then I think 3 should be close to enough. It might be a little bit slower than 4 would be, but it might be enough to keep these guys going. So let's see. The only other thing we're going to need then is a timer. Let me make that real quick. All right, so we put the timer here, and I think a 2-second tick is fine. It doesn't have to be super fast. Oh, deployer. So that's totally working. That should do. Cool. So once that thing speeds up, we should be in better shape. Oh yeah, look at it's running. Nice. They're only going to run for a brief moment, but hopefully once this speeds up enough, it'll go. And if not, I'll come up with something to make it go a little bit faster for the pump, but we'll see. You know, I totally forgot that since we're using this guy, does this seem like a good idea to anybody? Electrical engine? I think it's 6 EU becomes 2 MJ, and that might be like more than enough to get this thing going. So you should be cool. Can you run, please? Just do me that favor and just start running. Electrical engine? That would be super nice of you. If you don't want to run, I understand, but please run. Meanwhile, I'm going to let this thing heat up, because apparently you don't want to run. It might need more. There we go. I was just going to say, I think it needs some more stuff going on here. And I think we're doing pretty good. That might be cool. Now, are we going to produce more lava than we're going to use? That's the real question. Let's come back in a minute and see how it does. So I think we're getting there. I just want to do gold cabling, I think. So these can accept any level of EU per tick, by the way. It's not a big deal. This thing's flickering, and I'm not 100% sure why. It's like he's having trouble getting rid of all the power he's got. Everybody else is being just fine. So I think we're filling up an internal amount of lava here, and once this speeds up a little bit more, we should be in good shape. Alright, so if my math is correct, 6 geothermal generators are producing 120 EU per tick, which is 2,400 EU per second. We need 100 million EU, so in order to get 100 million EU over with 2,400 EU per second, it's going to take about 11.5 hours. assuming that these all run steadily. So maybe I might add to this at some point. I think that would be a wise decision. But look, hey, we're getting lava overflow in the second. Nice. That's good to see. So that shows me that eventually these will fill up and should run continuously. I still don't know why this guy's flickering, because he should be going into an HV, which should be accepting plenty of EU, but whatever. Still not sure why you're flickering a little bit, but you are running, so that's cool. So this is backlogging. These should eventually backlog, and I don't even think that these have fully reached their heat up potential. I did bring this down to a 1 second instead of a 2 second delay, but I think we're getting there. It's definitely speeding up a little bit as these engines heat up. So I think what we'll do is wrap up the episode here. So we completed the quest objective for the rings, which gave us access to a bucket of oil, which is awesome, because it means that we should therefore have another way of getting power, which is always nice to have. These lasers are still going, but they're actually making really good progress, like really good. We have like lots of gold and diamond chipsets now, which is super cool. This thing working beautifully, no complaints. My blaze farm production, it's been a while since I've been over here, and we have a lot of dark matter, which is awesome. And over here we have a decent amount of diamonds, no complaints there either. I almost want to get like another one of these Mark III relays, but we'll see. But we already have a lot of stuff. Remember, I just like charged up 2 Klein stars, and I'm back. Like I almost had like 1 million EU or EMC over the course of this episode. Is probably what got generated. It's a lot of EMC. Next episode, still want to get to a logistics request system, and I know there's going to be a few quests that require a huge amount of crafting. And logistics pipes is going to help me with that. Like, the solar power quest requires an HV solar array. Yikes. HV solar being 8 medium voltage solars, which is 8 low voltage solars, which is 8 solar panels. Basically, we need like 512 solar panels. It's a lot, but we'll get it. Thanks to auto crafting. All right, for now, Daryl20 signing off. Hope you guys enjoyed the episode. We will come back next time. As always, take it easy.